Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Saturday. It's Daryl here. It's bright and early 4 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. Okay, I want to talk about the last video I made. I read a letter to an editor to a local Republican-leaning newspaper in my area called the Waterbury Republican American. And I was a little hesitant to use the man's name. Apparently, it was a 75-year-old man. It was an Italian-sounding name. Forgive me if that offends anybody, but it was an Italian-sounding name. 75-year-old man, apparently. And I've been thinking about this letter. This last video I did was about it. And it's been on my mind for the last 48 hours. I did not have an opportunity to make a video yesterday, but I've been thinking about this. And I hate to use the word stereotypical, but I think this really sums up conservative, Republican, white, entitled conservative Republicans. Okay, several times, like I said, let me just break down that letter just a little bit. I want to talk a little bit more about it. He says several times that he did not have a problem with, like, people, gay people, African American people, and several other minorities, let's just say. And I thought about the way he phrased that, and I thought, like, particularly about how he said he didn't have a problem with gay people or people, whatever they want to call themselves, whatever sexual identity they want to call themselves. He didn't have a problem with that until they started flaunting it. And I really gave that some thought. And then he also says about how he didn't have a problem, like, with African Americans until people started insisting that some lives matter more, which nobody has ever said. And and there were several other groups that he talked about, how he claims that he didn't have a problem. I made another video where I said the stereotypical, like, Trump supporter conservative always claims, oh, I'm not prejudiced, I got a black friend. You know, and again, this is what this reminds me of. What I see, okay, let me just sum it up here, man. What I see here is somebody, it's privilege. It's white privilege. It really is. A straight white guy who's got it good. And he does not see what's going on in the rest of the world. It doesn't concern him. And then when other people start insisting on the same rights that he has, and the rights not to be harassed, that offends him, that bothers him. When other people are trying to come up to his level, he finds that threatening. That's what I see in this letter. He talks particularly about how he didn't have a problem with people like gay people until they started flaunting it. And I really started thinking about where does this 75-year-old man go that gay people are flaunting themselves in his face? You know, like I said, I'm guessing here. You know, it's just my opinion, but I'm really thinking that this guy is watching an awful lot of Fox News. And he's seeing this on TV, and he's in his armchair there getting all enraged and getting his heart all in an uproar about this. But the way he phrased this, that he didn't have a problem until, and once again, like you guys know, I use empathy a lot, and I started thinking about that. You know, I honestly do not have, live and let live. I'm being an artist and creative. I've always been amazed and interested in all other foods, other nationalities, other cultures. I love seeing differences. So I would consider myself not prejudiced or bigoted. I would say that I don't have a problem, right? And the way that this guy phrased this, that he didn't have a problem until, and I really started thinking about that. You know, does it all of a sudden change? Or like somebody like me, that, I believe that all people are equal. Even if, if a man wants to walk down the street wearing a dress, it's not my issue, man. God bless him. It's interesting. To me, that's almost creative. But to this guy, it's threatening. And I take an issue. I don't believe him when he says that he didn't have a problem until. I believe that in his little white world, he was happy. And then when other people, he started seeing these, when he was actually exposed to other cultures or people insisting on the same rights that he has, it threatened him. That's what I see here. The fact that he says that he didn't have a problem until other people started actually wanting the same rights, protections against harassment that he has. That's what he's saying here. I think he did have, I think he's always had a problem. I just think it was hidden from him. You know, back in the 50s or 60s, I wasn't around, but I've seen the history, the history shows and everything. How black people were forced to stay in their own segregated areas. How gay people were forced to stay in the closet. And this man claiming that, well, he didn't have a problem. Let's just say it, until gay people came out of the closet. And this is offensive to him. Now he can't make jokes. And that's what he considers being canceled. Like I said, this is just my opinion here, but I've been thinking more and more about this letter. And I really started thinking about the phrase he used over and over again. That he didn't have a problem. That he was okay with people. He was okay with gay people. He was okay with the black people. He was okay with, people not having guns. And I forgot what else he said. Different education, all that. Until CRT was crammed down his kid's throat. Well, at 75 years old, I don't think his kids are getting CRT crammed down their throat. But the more I started reading into this letter, I saw the stereotypical, and I hate to use that word, I really do, Trump supporter. It's white privilege. It really is. This guy was used to living in his own secured world with his own rights and privileges. And when other people start demanding those same rights and privileges, when those other people start speaking up about being shot by police, being shot unarmed by police, when those other people start speaking up about being beaten up for being gay, this guy is upset because he can't sit in the bar and make jokes anymore about sissies and gay people. That's what I see. This is my opinion here, but this is what I see in this letter. It's white privilege. It really is. I don't believe him one bit when he says that he didn't have a problem. It was just hidden from him, and that's the way he liked it. It was in its own little closet, shut down and put away. The black people, the gay people, the liberals, were all quietly stuffed away, where he could be out in public and make jokes and live his life. And now he's being taken to task for that. And people like him call that, they're being canceled. Oh my God, they're being picked on. They're coming to take my guns. It's flaunted in my face everywhere I go. I don't think so. I think you're sitting in front of your TV. I would bet every penny I own that it's tuned to Fox News 24/7. And it's getting your heart all in an uproar there. That's what I really think. All right. Next video, I did not know that there was going to be another conservative gathering at conservative political action conference in Dallas. And oh boy, I got something for you guys. If you look on my community page, I got a 7-point plan that Trump supporters have for reinstalling Donald Trump in not years, but in days. Oh my God, it's ridiculous. And I want to talk about Madison Cawthorn. He's whining. And this reminds me of this gentleman that wrote this letter. He's now claiming that next they're going to be coming for your Bibles. They're going to be coming knocking because the Biden administration is concerned, wants all Americans to be healthy. Wants us to reach herd immunity, keep us alive so we can reproduce and live a healthy life. Health, hope, happiness, all that, the American dream. Sending people out to inform people about the vaccine door to door. Madison Cawthorn sees that as they're going to be coming for your guns and your Bibles. Oh my God. And then Marjorie Taylor Greene is comparing this to stuff out of the 40s, which is the exact opposite, taking away life, where this is trying to keep Americans' lives healthier and longer. Just complete nonsense. So this conservative gathering in Dallas. I'm going to talk about that in my next video. All right, you guys have a good Saturday. I got a lot to talk about. Stay tuned.